Hey guys, what is going on? And welcome back to another episode of our Road to Glory career mode with St. Pauli. This is episode number 58. And we start today's episode off with a bid for our captain Lasse Sobiech, who is off to Freiburg for £2.7 million, which is his valuation. As you guys decided last season, it was time to sell the skipper, and to be honest, I really do agree. He's in his late 20s now, he's not getting any better. He's lost his place in the first 11 and on the bench as well. So you guys think it's time to moving on, and it'll be sad to see him go after years of service here at the Millentor Stadion, but I think it's the right thing to do. And also now I don't need to keep on saying Sobiech, as it really is bad for my throat. But still, following that, we had a bid for Billing as well. We rejected it from Roma. The Great Dane is going absolutely nowhere. And also an academy update as well, so you can see how our players are currently on. A couple of really decent young Belgian talents in there. And the academy is looking really strong right now. I'm liking it. Also a bid for one of our Chinese academy graduates, Xu Chuai, a 60 rated 17-year-old centre-back. He's off to Grimsby Town for 200 grand. Totally fine with that. As you see, confirmation the captain has indeed gone to Freiburg for £2.7 million. And just a side note as well, why do Freiburg keep on buying our players? Miyaichi, Butchman, Zhang Yuning, and now Lasse Sobiech as well? I mean, it's unbelievable. They've signed 4 of our players in 3 transfer windows. Freiburg really is the place for St. Pauli rejects, it seems. It's unbelievable. Eventually, they're going to have a full first 11 of former St. Pauli players. It's crazy. But still, following that, we had a bid here for Matthias de Ligt. Leicester want to take him to the King Power Stadium, and we said no. Hands off Craig Shakespeare. De Ligt is staying here despite the £6.5 million bid. And also that young centre-back did go to Grimsby for £200,000, which is totally fine with me, as we promoted so many academy players at the back end of Season 2. And so many of them were just so rubbish and had no potential whatsoever, and it took ages to get them all out of the club, but eventually he's the final one, I think. And now we sold a lot of the academy players who had no potential whatsoever. But also a couple more scouting updates as well from Torben Fischer and Marcus Falker, based in Belgium and Ivory Coast. We put a couple more players in our academy, and also Hao Gao is now up to a 70 rated as well after the training, which is fantastic. And Du Wan Shu, a 64 rated 17-year-old left midfielder, is off to Barcelona on a 2-year loan. Now, when I put my players on loan, it's for them to go out on loan, get some first team football, get some exposure, and come back better players. I'm not sure he's going to get much game time at Barcelona. Maybe he'll take advantage of the better training facilities and better weather as well. But yeah, he's off to Barcelona for 2 years, and he actually looks pretty decent as well. 64 rated, only 17 years old, and a decent young Chinese wide midfielder. Zhang Yang Zhang is off to Dundee FC on a 1-year loan. That's more like it. He'll get a lot more first team football than his Chinese bro. So Zhang is off to Dundee, and I'm totally fine with that. And we had another bid here for Yi Wang, as we continue to sell and loan out a lot of our young, talented players from the academy. Nîmes Olympique want to take him on a 2-year loan deal. We said that's totally fine. And it's taken a long time before I've managed to loan out all these players, but now we're finally starting to do it. I don't know why it's taken so long before we started getting bids here, because it takes me absolutely ages sometimes to get players loaned out. But we had all these bids coming in the space of a few days, and yeah, 4 players leave on loan, and I'm as happy as Larry, because I think it should be a lot easier to loan out players in career mode. I don't know if you guys agree or not, but I think it should be a lot easier, because sometimes it's just practically impossible, and it's so frustrating when you want to get them first team football. But also El Toro had a bid from Bayern Munich for £31 million, £3 million over his valuation, and we were like, get lost Bayern, he's going absolutely nowhere. Don't even insult me with that type of bid. And also Moses Odja put in a transfer request as well. He said he was really sorry, but he'd come to the realization he couldn't stay at the football club any longer. He wants to move in his transfer window, and I was like, mate, you're my bro, don't leave us. Moses wants to leave the club. I was absolutely gutted about that. Handed in a transfer request, and I was like, I've made you who you are. I've constructed you. You are the engine. You are the heartbeat. You are the life and soul of not just this team, but the party as well. You can't go anywhere, Moses. We absolutely love you. So the board came to us. They said that we would be allowed to make the final decision on the sale of Moses Odja, and I was thinking, well, thank goodness for that, man, because I could not deal with the board selling Moses behind my back. They said that they'd allow me to make the decision regarding the player's future at the football club, and I thought to myself, well, I don't even think about it. I've already made the decision. He's going absolutely nowhere. Moses right now may want to leave the club. He may be unhappy about it, but I am not selling Moses Odja. We've made him who he is. He's the engine, and he's got 99 stamina. He's got to go down as one of my favourite career mode players ever. I absolutely love the little lad. He is going nowhere, and after the transfer window, he he is going to get a new contract. If he turns it down, well, we're going to keep on throwing contracts at him until he accepts it. He is going absolutely nowhere. I love Moses too much. But also as well, DeLit has been put on the transfer list due to not being getting given a new contract as well. So despite all smiles here at St. Pauli for quite a lot of our players, as you can see, the morale for a lot of our players is happy or very happy. Some players aren't very happy, and that makes me quite sad. But hopefully we'll sort it out regardless. I'll give DeLit, just like Odja, a new contract after the transfer window is over. I never like giving contracts whilst the transfer window is still open. So I'll give them deals once the transfer window is shut, and hopefully we'll convince them both to stay. I'm sure DeLit will stay, there's no doubt about that. But Moses, he still says he wants to leave the club, and I'm confident we can talk him round and make him fully aware that the Millentor Stadion is where his heart is. So yeah, hopefully we'll keep Moses here as well as DeLit as well. But still, look at the squad report and a look at our lineup going into Season 4 as well. This is currently what we'll probably be running throughout Season 4. Now, we might be changing formation. I have hinted on possibly altering the formation this year, but for the time being, we shall stick with the 3-5-2 and play this lineup with this set of players on the bench as well. As we come into the first game of today's episode, it's the first game of the season as we take on Wolfsburg away from home at the Volkswagen Arena in the Bundesliga season opener. The last two games we've had in the Bundesliga on the season openers have been big wins. First 5-0 at home to Stuttgart, then 4-0 away at Cologne. So even to start off on the front foot once again, get another big win to begin the season, lay out our intentions that we're going for the title, and hopefully we'll get a big 3 points on the opening day.
They should be able to play on a wider front now, Alan, shouldn't they, with the signing of this winger?
Yeah, they were a bit narrow, I thought, previously, so this will widen the pitch a bit. Should be a good addition.
Leon Bailey, first touches in St. Pauli's shirt, and a chance for him to show his main strength, which is pace. As I end up overrunning it, but he wins it straight back. Bailey on the ball, through to Paulson, who's onside, and it's 1-0 to St. Pauli. Just 4 minutes in, I gave the ball away with Bailey there, but he won it straight back, rolled it inside to our number 9, and Yusuf Paulson did the rest. I overran the ball with Bailey there, but got it straight back, gave it to Paulson, he did the rest. 1-0 to the Buccaneers, and in the last 2 season openers, we've had big wins on the opening day. In Season 2, 5-0 win at home to Stuttgart. Season 3, 4-0 win away against Cologne, I think it was. And what a start here, just 5 minutes in, already 1-0, and Paulson is off the mark. Can we do it again? Another big opening day victory against Wolfsburg this time. I guess we'll have to wait and see as Bailey once again gets going. Oh my goodness, Leon Bailey is going to be so fun to use this year. Leon Bailey is rapid. What a run, and what a cross, and El Toro hits it in. Leon Bailey could well be one of the signings of the series. That was truly unbelievable. Fantastic solo run. But the best part about it was the end product. What a cross, hangs it up perfectly to El Toro. Brilliant trajectory, perfect accuracy, and El Toro nods it into the bottom corner to get his first goal of the season. 20 goals last year. He'll be gunning for the golden boot once more. 2 assists for Bailey already. You guys have made a fantastic signing. Andrade to Odja, good first touch, and now sets himself for coming away down his right hand side and finding El Toro. And El Toro has Moses continuing to run, but El Toro will take it himself here, tries to get into the area. I'll drill one into the middle, and Paulson's at the back stick to make it 3 for St. Pauli. And we have just had an unbelievable first 21 minutes here, and Yusuf Paulson has put the style on. El Toro drills it in, and Paulson with a lovely little flick into the back of the net makes it 3-0 to the Buccaneers, and this has just been an unbelievable first half. 3-0 St. Pauli, and this year we want to win a trophy. I want it to be the Bundesliga, and with these type of performances, we'll probably be considered one of the favourites to do it. 3-0 St. Pauli, what a first half. You know, honestly, we haven't even been that dominant in this first half. Wolfsburg have had a couple of shots from range. It's just been all about being clinical. You know, we've scored every single shot we've taken so far, I think. And as we approach the break, we still lead by 3. The game is not done. If Wolfsburg score 1, then there's no reason why they couldn't get back into this game. But as things stand right now, we're looking very good, and I would say, to be honest, if anyone's going to score again, you'd think it's going to be us. Charities finds El Toro, who just about held his run. He's going through 1-on-1, and Castells denies him a big save. I tried so hard to keep my composure there, but Castells stood the ball up, and made the save. Still 3-0 as De Ligt heads the ball. Goal bound. It's another fine save by the Belgian. But the first half has belonged to St. Pauli. A brilliant first 45 minutes. A goal for El Toro, 2 for Yusuf Poulsen, and a 3-0 scoreline. We have started this season off the way we want to finish it, on top and looking too strong for the other teams. Brilliant first 45 minutes. Let's have more of the same in the second half. Still annoyed at myself though for missing that easy one-on-one with El Toro. I thought, do I want to try and round him? Because I really struggled to round goalkeepers in FIFA over the past 2 years. But I thought, no, I'll go with my more, proven method in the last 2 years. Finesse towards the near post. There's Marley. Oh my goodness. Almost put Wolfsburg right back in the game. But his excellent acrobatic effort hits the underside of the crossbar and eventually is put behind for a corner. Now that would have been a goal worthy of any to start an epic comeback. That was an amazing piece of skill, but unfortunately he couldn't find the back of the net. Here's Odja finding El Toro though, and a chance for us to break down this right hand side. The ball takes his time, comes inside, has Poulsen with him, Charities as well. I'll look for his strike partner, Yusuf Poulsen, who is in for his hat-trick. And after El Toro won the Golden Boot last year, I think it's safe to say that this guy will want to claim it this season. Just like last year, he started off with a hat-trick on the opening day. Wolfsburg 0, St. Pauli 4. A fantastic first game in the Bundesliga this season. And Yusuf Poulsen once again is starting off the season like a house on fire. 3 goals on the opening day. What a performance from the Dane. Did I just say Poulsen got a hat-trick on the opening day last season? By the way, that's not true. That's not true. I know he didn't, because we won 4-0 and El Toro scored at least 2 goals himself. So that's not true. I don't know why I said that. As Herman hits the crossbar. Oh my goodness, Wolfsburg have now hit the bar twice in the game as it's still 4-0. And as I said a moment ago, they would be right back in this one if their finishing was as clinical as ours. Still 4-0. And why did I say Poulsen hit a hat-trick on the opening day last season? That's not true, as that shot goes wide and we still lead by 4. Well, one thing that did happen last season, though, that happened this year as well, is that we win the opening day by a big margin. 4-0 the final score once again, and a fantastic opening day victory for St. Pauli. We want to win a trophy this season. I want it to be the Bundesliga, and with Poulsen up top, I'm pretty confident we got a good chance of doing that. A fantastic start once again for the 3rd straight year. Now let's make sure we keep ourselves top of the table for the entire season. Great way to start. Let's keep going. Wolfsburg did not play that badly. I said this during the game, and if they were a little bit more clinical, they would have got back into this one at some stage, but instead we were just more composed in front of goal. That's why we won the game by 4-0 and deserved the 3 points. And no surprises for man of the match, Yusuf Poulsen bagging a hat-trick and collecting the match ball with a perfect 10 on the opening day. But to be honest, I thought every single player played really well in this game. There wasn't a single bad performance out there. Every single player contributed, played really well. And Leon Bailey on his debut, picking up 2 assists as well, including a lovely second assist, which went to El Toro, who himself got a goal and 2 assists. It was just a great game, a fantastic performance, and a great opening day win. Now let's play transfer deadline day. Right then guys, so it is now time for deadline day, and as you can see, there are 10 hours left on the clock. And even though there is still a little bit of money in our kitty right now, I don't predict us doing much on deadline day. There's just under £10 million in our budget right now. Of course, with wage budget alterations, you're probably looking at around 8 to 8.5 million. But I don't really see the point in signing someone just for trivial reasons. Like, if I'm going to sign someone, I want them to really play well in this first team and have some solid minutes this year. You can't really do that with £8.5 million, considering how good the team is right now. So I don't think much will happen. But there is one signing I would like to make, and that is this guy right here. Whoops, went past him. Erik Lundin, 75 rated, 19-year-old striker. He's absolutely rapid, got really high agility, right? Really high balance as well. Physically, an absolute monster in the pace department. Technically very good as well. Ball control 84, dribbling 81, curve 83 as well, as long shot 73, and shot power 74 too. Finishing 59 is really low for a striker, but the reason I want this guy is because he is IBRAHIMOVIC's regen. He's a Swedish striker in the free agents pool, medium-high work rates, which you don't want on a striker, but 2-star weak foot, 3-star skills, and I would love to bring Ibra's regen to the Milan tour. We always try and sign regens of former legends of the game gone by in my careers, and I think that this would be another really good statement for St. Pauli to bring in the regen of one of the best strikers in Europe over the past couple of decades. So He's interested by RB Leipzig, Kiev, Verona, but I think we can convince him to come here instead. We'll give him a 15 grand a week deal, which is what he wants, a 4-year contract, and we shall say squad rotation player for his status. And let's see if we can get IBRA's regen to the Milan tour on deadline day. But again, I think that'll probably be that. There's no one else I really want. There are a couple of players that are still on my to sell list, as you can see. Justin Bilo, Jeremy Dudziak. The lit is, of course, transfer listed by request, don't forget. But once deadline day is over, I'll give him a new contract and we'll take him off because we don't want to sell the lit, of course not. And Sheng is on a 2-year loan right now. Although that can't happen because he's only got 1 year left in his deal. How on earth did I manage that? That must be a bug. But yeah, so I don't think there's anything going to happen on deadline day in terms of sales, but I'm hoping we can get IBRA's regen in. That's all I'm trying to do, and let's find out if we can. One email already, let's find out what it is. So the email is, okay, it's just letting me know that Chievo Verona, hang on, just to inform you that free agents have received a bid of £0 from Chievo Verona for Eric Lundin. Wow, I didn't even realise that the free agents pool was a team. I didn't realize that was how it is. I thought free agents just meant it's just a collection of all the players that currently aren't assigned to a team. I didn't realize that free agents were actually a team, and you had to submit a bid of £0 to offer a contract to a player. I'm learning so much from Career Mode. I'm learning so much from EA. I'm learning so much about EA as well. Okay, alright, well, I think we can convince him to come here instead of Kiev Verona, but at least we know. Having said that, 8 hours left on the clock, and we're still yet to get confirmation that Lundin wants to come to us. We've now got 2 emails, and I'm very hopeful he's going to accept his contract here, because I'm actually getting a bit worried here. Okay, there we go, fantastic stuff. And there's a bid for Justin Bilo as well. So Eric Lundin is going to come in then. IBRA's regen signs on a 4-year deal. The free agents team have accepted a bid of £0, and Lundin is in. So IBRA's regen signs. We didn't need him. We've now got 6 strikers, but either way, here at St. Pauli, you saw on the opening day the 4-0 win. You can never have too many strikers with St. Pauli. We're all about scoring goals. Welcome to the club, IBRA's regen. Okay, so Bider has a bid from Mönchengladbach, interestingly enough, for £5.5 million. Now, Justin said at the end of last season he was okay to stay here, but of course he's behind Leno. He's never going to be number 1 again. And of course, Sebastian Hon, the free agent potential to be special goalkeeper, is on our bench right now. So he's always going to be 3rd choice. So I'm not against letting the guy go. Despite the fact he's probably got low 80 potential. Do we want to sell him for under his valuation? No, we can do better than under valuation, can't we? So we'll ask for £6.5 million. It's not even that big of a deal if we don't sell him, because again, he's a 3rd choice goalkeeper who we're okay having. So actually, we'll ask for £7 million. If Mönchengladbach meet that, good. If they don't, it doesn't matter. He's a 3rd choice goalkeeper on really low wages, so I'm fine with either situation happening. So the clock is running down. There's 4 hours left, and we still haven't got Mönchengladbach coming back to us regarding Justin Bilo. So I think as things stand right now, Bilo's going to stay. What I've noticed is that if you play on deadline day and you have deadline day happening after the game, it always seems to take longer for bids to come back to you. Now, I don't know if you guys have noticed that as well, but it always seems to happen for me at least. When I play on deadline day and then deadline day happens afterwards, it takes longer for bids to come back. We got that bid a few hours ago. Finally, now we should have confirmation, but unless Mönchengladbach accept our counter offer, he won't go. So are they going to accept it? No. So that means that there's not going to be enough time for him to go unless we accept £5.5 million, which is under his valuation, which, to be honest, I don't really want to do. There was a bid for Selke there as well, wasn't there? Yeah, a bid for Selke from Monaco for £19 million, and that's a lot of money for Davy Selke. We make good profit on the guy, but he is Mr. Thursday night, and we're hoping he'll be Mr. Midweek, so we're not going to sell him due to our European qualification for this season in the Champions League. So should we let Bilo go for under his valuation? It seems like a silly thing to do, especially because he's only on like £1.5 grand a week right now. But to be honest, we don't need him. We're not really playing him. But then again, we won't really be able to complete any deals, will we? Because we've only got 3 hours left on the clock. So I think in terms of playing the situation the best we can right now, I think what we should do is keep Bilo here and then maybe look to sell him in January, where we'll have more time to work with. We've only got 3 hours left. We'll have how much money we'll have? About just under 14, well, about £13 million in total, including the wage budget alteration. That's not enough to sign a decent player to come in and impact the first team. So I think what we'll do is we'll say cheers for the offer, Mönchengladbach, but you've left it too late. You've left it far too late. You need to sort out your dodgy fax machine like Manchester United. We're going to reject that bid, and Bilo will stay, but in January he'll probably go. We'll keep him until January, but for now he's staying due to a lack of time left in deadline day. There's nothing we could do with £13 million really to make this team better. There's very few players who we could sign for that amount of money that could either go in the first 11 right now or on the bench as well. And I don't really see the point in selling a good third choice goalkeeper for under his valuation when he's on very low wages. It's silly. I'm not doing that. That really is just selling for the point of selling. So we may as well keep him here as a third choice, and just in case we ever have an injury crisis or whatnot. So I think that is most likely going to be the end of transfer deadline day then. We have bought in ZLATAN Ibrahimovic's regen. And I must say, as we have a bid with 1 hour to go, which is totally meaningless. Like, why even bother? Like, Yusuf Poulsen, why even bother Hoffenheim? First of all, there's not enough time to complete the deal. Secondly, go away. I'm not interested. Right, so Poulsen stays. And there we go. So that is the end of transfer deadline day then. And as you can see, we have wrapped up the deal for Ibra's regen. Bayern have bought 2 players. They've sold 2 players as well, including Renato Sanchez. Very interesting indeed. And let's see what Dortmund did as well on deadline day. They bought in 3 players, including Bruma and Michel Weiser. But they did sell Driussi and Mark Bartra, and there was someone else there as well, as Hamburg sold Lewis Holtby. I love looking at the transfers across the leagues on deadline day. It's so interesting to me. Leverkusen had a clear out in terms of sales. Now that's pretty interesting. Of course, missing out on the top 4 last year has clearly hurt them, as they don't want to keep those players here, not playing in the Champions League next season. And RB Leipzig have bought 3 players, including Holtby from Hamburg. Schalke have bought a few players for £51.8 million. They're going on a spending spree, but have let go of guys. And of course, we spent £22.5 million on 4 new players and raised £3.2 million for selling a few players and loaning out some as well. But of course, the only player we actually spent a transfer fee on was Leon Bailey, arriving for £22.5 million. So deadline day is done. The transfer window is over. We are now moving into September. And I'm very happy with the score we got right now. I'm very happy with what we got right now. And so let's take a look at our academy update then as we end today's episode off, so we can see what players are currently coming through. Fabrice Coutuan doesn't look that good, so we're going to reject him, or should I say release him. Brent Dubois can still be quite good. Romain Willems looks fantastic though. We don't play with fullbacks, but 58 rated, 88, 94 potential. I'm very excited about this 15-year-old. And Jules Leblanc, of course, looks fantastic as well. So 2 great young Belgian talents right there. And oh my goodness, hello, Maxime Verstraeten, 64 rated, 83, 94 potential. I am telling you guys right now, you have got to scout Belgium. There are some Belgian young beasts in this game, not just in terms of real players, but youth players as well. There are some Belgian young beasts in this game. Thierry Sissoko looks alright, as does De Smet. Peters could be okay, and Dye could be alright. LeBlanc, another LeBlanc could be good too, and so could Verstraeten, another one. And yeah, the youth academy right now is looking stacked, and in particular the Belgian talents, they look fantastic. And so as you take a look at the transfer history, before we take a look at the squad report and the standings as well after one game, you can see the full list of negotiations across the summer transfer window. Of course, selling our captain to Freiburg in this window as well was quite an interesting decision, but you guys made your minds up last season. It was time for him to go. But I'm very happy with the signings we made. You know, Mario Gomez, I'm sure, will score a couple of goals this season in this swan-song year. And I think Nani's going to prove to be a really decent pickup as well. And of course, don't forget Leon Bailey coming in too. He had a great debut, and I think he's going to be a fantastic signing for us. So this is our squad report then as we move into September. You know, I must say I'm really happy with the team we got right now. You know, and as we move into season 4, still no major silverware in this series. I am very confident that is going to change this year. Now I know I said that last season, but I think this year we got a better team, we got better chances, and I think really we've had our learning experiences over the past couple of years. This is the season where we do win some honours. I'm almost certain of it. So I'm liking the team we got right now. It's looking good. I'm still thinking about what we want to do in January now that the deadline day is the transfer window is closed in the summer. I'm thinking about what we want to do. But for now, we don't need to change anything. We can't change anything now, of course. But I like the team we've got. And it's looking strong. And it's got some decent depth to it as well. So let's take a look at the standings as well. Just before we end today's episode off, as well, you can see the league table right now. We are indeed top with 3 points ahead of Bayern, Mönchengladbach and Berlin on goal difference right now. 4 goals scored, 0 conceded. The perfect start for our Buccaneers. I am very excited for this year. And let's take a look at the Champions League group as well. So who have we got in the Champions League group? We are going to be taking on in our first ever trip in the Champions League. It's going to be, where are we? We must be here somewhere. There we are. Manchester United, Ajax, and Besiktas. So that's a very interesting group there. The 2 Europa League finalists of last season in real life, Manchester United and Ajax, and the Turkish side Besiktas as well. That could be quite a tough group to get through in our first season in the Champions League, but I'm confident we can get through that group. If not top, then certainly in second, and most importantly, just qualifying and getting through to knockout stages. I think it's doable, no doubt about it, and certainly a group that, despite some tough competition, is one we can get through. But that will end today's episode of our Road to Glory career mode, guys, so a massive thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you did enjoy the double episode upload day, then please do consider leaving a like, as likes are, of course, very much appreciated, and they really help the channel out as well. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic Saturday night, and I shall see you for the next episode of our RTG career mode with St. Pauli, where we'll play our first ever Champions League game very soon.